Hey friends, it's Amy Duff, the Keto Queen. It's Monday. I hope you guys have had a great start to a brand new week. I hope you had an awesome work day. I sure did. It was crazy as all get out. But we love what we do for a living, so it makes it okay to have those crazy days every once in a while. So I don't know what you guys are doing for dinner tonight. We're making it super easy and simple at my house. We're making bacon, egg, and cheese Chaffles. And I want to show you real quickly the Chaffle recipe that I love the most. There are a lot of Chaffle recipes out there, but this is so easy and simple and fast, and you know what you're eating. So I want to talk to you really quickly about the difference in making your own homemade Chaffle that you can eat tonight, or you can put in a bag and freeze and take out as needed, versus the keto-friendly breads that are out there that I do use on occasion, but not every day. And I want to show you the difference in why I choose to make more Chaffles than not. So I see some friends jumping on. Let me know what y'all are doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. We're making some bacon, egg, and cheese Chaffles at the house. And I've already mixed up some, and I've got them on timer. Let's see. I've got one a little over a minute left, so I'm fixing to take off my first Chaffle that is complete so you can see what they look like. Guys, these are so yummy. Let me give me a little plate that I can put them on, put them on when they come out. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick what is in this recipe to make one bread. So one whole sandwich, a top and a bottom bun or a top and bottom bread for your sandwiches is 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of almond flour, an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, and not a full teaspoon of water. So again, dry ingredients, 1 tablespoon of almond flour, an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, and a teaspoon of water. That is the Wonder Bread, or what we call the mayonnaise Chaffle. It does not taste like cheese, so this is a perfect bread to make any kind of sandwich. We love bacon. My husband loves bacon sandwiches. We also use this for breakfast sandwiches. We use it for a lot of different things. I use this for my pimento cheese that I made yesterday. It's so super yummy. And I want to show you real quickly, as soon as I take this off and start my next batch, the reason I like to choose Chaffles over the packaged keto breads. Nothing wrong with them, please. Don't get this wrong. I love those breads too. I just don't recommend them every single day. Now, when you make your own Chaffle, you know exactly what you're eating, okay? And you can read the ingredients. So this is one of my favorite almond flours. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. It's called Nature's Eats. I get it at Walmart. Nature's Eats almond flour. I like this one, and there are a lot of them out there, so be careful about which ones you choose. And the reason I say that is because there's all different types of carb counts. So this one has a really good carb count. It's 3 tablespoons, has 3 total carbs and 2 fibers, so that's 1 net carb and 3 tablespoons. So that's a really good carb count. Now, if you look at the ingredients, it says blanched almond flour. Can I read that? I don't know if I picked it up high enough. Blanched almond flour. That is the ingredient. So you know what is in this. Blanched almond flour. Okay, so it also says down here that it does contain almonds for allergens. And this says it's processed in a factory that has peanuts and hazelnuts and all the nuts. So if you're allergic to nuts, of course you don't want almond flour. Common sense, right? But sometimes I have to say that. So almond flour, if you know what you're buying, you know what you're putting in your body. Baking powder, we know that it's got cornstarch. It does have some medium, sodium bicarbonate. I'm having a struggle here a little bit. Sodium aluminum sulfate, monocalcium phosphate, may have a trace of eggs. You're using an 1/8 teaspoon of this. That's all you're using, 1/8 teaspoon in the sandwich. Then you've got your eggs, you got your mayo. Y'all know I love the Better Body Foods, the Better Body Foods mayonnaise. I love the Better Body Foods mayonnaise. You can use any mayonnaise, but the reason I like this one is because you can read the ingredients, and I read that to you last night. Let me take off my first breads. So this is my first sandwich. Let me give you a clean fork. This is my top, and it looks so pretty. And this is my bottom. Perfect. It's not hard like the cheese Chaffles. It actually is bread mix. And that's going to be my first sandwich. I do have some bacon over here I need to take off the air fryer. I'm air frying my bacon. Let me get this out of the way and put some more on. And we're fixing to look at the differences between this Chaffle and the packaged breads. So the only thing I struggled with reading is the baking powder. Again, you're only using an 1/8 teaspoon of that baking powder. Let me put this bacon on real quick. Ooh, my husband's coming in. He's gonna be like, what's for dinner? He's gonna be so excited about bacon. He loves some bacon. Right. 1, 2. My husband will eat this whole package of bacon all by himself. I can tell you girls that. He loves some bacon. All right, give me 1 second. Let me wash off my hands real fast. Okay, so let me go ahead and start my next batch. I love this Chaffle recipe. When I make this on my mini waffle makers, and I'm using a mini because I'm making mini personal sandwiches, you don't have to do this. If you have a big waffle maker, use your big one. You can cut it and make 2 sandwiches. But I use my little 2 tablespoon scoop because 2 tablespoons fit pretty perfect on my little mini waffle maker, just a little bit more than 2. And it fits great so it don't have tons of overage that I have to clean up. So I love this one, and this is how I make it. Now I actually tripled this recipe because I'm making making a few for my husband, 1 for my daughter and 1 for myself. So this is more than a tablespoon of eggs, okay? All right, and I'll go back over that recipe in just a second with you. We're gonna close these up. Now the secret is don't open them. Let me set my timer. I'm setting my timer for 4 minutes, and at 4 minutes they come out just like this. Absolutely beautiful. They're soft, just like bread. They're so yummy. It doesn't have the eggy taste. So it does have 1 egg, but it's not an eggy taste. That's why we call it the mayo Chaffle or the Wonder Bread Chaffle. So I'm gonna look and see if you guys have any questions or comments, but let me show you again the reason I like this over the packaged products. So we have the almond flour. We know the carb counts, right? It's just as small a carb count number as the sliced bread that's in the package. Now let me go get that bread. If you guys were listening to the front of this, the only thing we struggled reading a little bit was the baking powder. We do want the baking powder because we want it to rise. If you want to do even less than an 1/8 teaspoon, you can, but I used an 1/8 teaspoon. So this is one of my favorite keto breads. It is Lewis Bakery keto bread. I do not have a problem eating this. It doesn't make me feel sick or anything. I just don't eat it all the time. I eat it sparingly. So like today I did have a little sandwich and I had 1 slice halved and folded over, so that was my sandwich instead of eating 2 slices. Not the end of the world if I'd have had 1, but guys, y'all saw my plates this weekend. So when you look at the ingredients on this, it says, first let's look at the fibers and all this. So we've got 9 total carbs, 8 total fibers, so that's 1 net carb per slice. It's pretty good, right? But let's look at the ingredients. If you look at the ingredients, it's got water, resistant wheat starch, wheat protein isolate, yeast, allulose, I think, contains 2% less of the following: soybean oil, soy lectin, salt, dough conditioner, mono and diglyceride, ascorbic acid, I don't know what that is, calcium propionate, and sorbic acid to retain freshness, steviol, glucoside, rib-M, hydrogenated cottonseed oil, and fumaric acid. I'm probably butchering these words, sorry. Sugar gum, and then it says contain wheat soy. Now, I struggled a little bit reading some of those words. The most important thing for me on a consistent basis is I just know what I'm eating. I feel better when I'm eating clean keto. That doesn't mean I can't have this, and if I want to slice every day of the week, it's still keto, right? The carb count is very low, but we know that some of these ingredients were tough to read, and some of these ingredients cause inflammation. So you don't want to eat a lot of packaged stuff if you have an option of doing something different. When you make your own, ooh, my husband is so sweet. My husband is so sweet. He bought me a shepherd's hook to hang up my hummingbird feeder we bought this weekend. That's so sweet. I just love my man. He's so sweet. So I know I'm getting off track. Anyway, please don't get this wrong. I'm not complaining that you guys are eating this. I have it too. It's in my freezer and I pull them out as I need it. But this is so much better for you to make your own bread. And you can put it in the freezer just like I did that little sliced bread over there, and you can take it out and thaw it out piece by piece just like you would that sliced bread. It tastes just as good. I love these mayonnaise Chaffles. Especially depending on what you're making them for. So we love breakfast sandwiches with it. I love my pimento cheese with it. I love my chicken salad with it. Any ham and turkey sandwiches. I love sandwiches. We just don't eat them all the time because I've never been a big bread person in the first place. But when I have a sandwich, I much prefer the Chaffles over those packaged products, and primarily because I know what's in them, or I can't read what's in them. So again, don't be mad at me, guys. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy. I want you to know that it's okay to have those. I just recommend that you eat them sparingly and not every single day of the week, because I know they will hinder. And look at this too. I also have to make this disclaimer. This is a disclaimer. Everybody listen in, right? I have been keto for over 3 years. My body is not the same as your body. We're all different. Someone who's brand new to keto, you could probably eat 3 or 4 slices of that a day and you're still going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose because you're new to it and your body has definitely got weight to lose and it's going to lose. Me, someone who's trying to maintain weight, someone who's right at that goal level, it makes a difference, okay? It really makes a difference on how much flours I eat, how much cheese I eat, how many keto-friendly sweeteners I eat, where it's not gonna be that big a deal for someone who's new to keto. So you have to look at your progress, where you are in your journey, and just make the best choices for you to either maintain or to sustain or to lose. So it just makes a difference on that as well. Wendy says they're having hamburger helper over there. Yum. She's talking about keto hamburger helper. I love that recipe, Wendy. I hope y'all enjoy it. Linda's having meatloaf muffins, leftover broccoli salad. Yum. All right, guys, give me some hearts if this is making any sense. If I'm giving you any helpful information, give me some hearts and share this video. I like to show people easy, simple recipes and how easy it is to transition over to keto or low carb. Both are amazing for your health. Dana says, is there any mayo you can't use? I don't think so. I mean, there is no perfect mayo, I don't think, or none that I haven't found, because I'm not spending $10 on a bottle of mayonnaise. There probably is a perfect mayonnaise out there that has absolutely no sugar in it, but mine does. And I love it. So my advice always on sauces, look, my timer just went off 4 more minutes. Look how pretty these are. They are absolutely pretty and they're going to taste so good. So we're making several of them. So my advice always, Dana, is just to read your packaging. If you can read it, this is my advice. If I can read it, I feel better about it. If I have to really struggle or the paragraph is this big of ingredients, it makes me wonder, you know, is that really good for me? Because most products that are packaged have to have certain things to hold its shelf life, to keep it good for 2 years in a jar. And we know there are lots of evidence out there and data out there that tells us some of those things are just not good for our health. And there are reports out there that show that some of those things cause cancer. We know cause diabetes. So that is my advice always. I don't have time to research every ingredient, but if I struggle reading it, probably is not good for me. That's my takeaway. Let me start my timer again. All right, so let me go through and see if anybody else has any questions. Let's see. I hope you guys are having a great day. Y'all know I love Mondays. I love the start of a fresh week. It gives us the opportunity to set the mood for the rest of our week. Like, I'm going to have a kick-ass week this week. I don't know about y'all, but it was crazy today, but we're going to rock this week at work. I just know it. And I set my tone for the week on Monday. So I'm going to eat good today, this week. I'm going to walk more this week, hopefully, if I can find time at work. And I'm going to drink more water this week. So you get to set the mood. Thank you, Barbara. He is a very sweet man. He loves to aggravate, but that's just who he is. He loves to play jokes on people. He's so funny. Brenda says, do I have the recipe? Do I have a recipe for my man? Well, I can tell you, Brenda, I met him when I was a little kid. I was 15 when I met him and he was 17. We got married 4 years later. 15, 16, yeah. I got married 4 years later. We just have a lot of fun together. We just grew up together, honestly. And our parents grew up with us. So like our parents are our best friends. We just have a great life. But I'm very blessed and very lucky. I know everybody doesn't have that opportunity. Michelle got her package today. Yes, ma'am, Michelle. I'm so glad you got it. Let me know how you feel in a couple of days. And keep me posted on which flavors you love. Kathy says she didn't see how I made it. I will 100% go over that in just 1 second, Kathy, and I will in the comments or update this post to show you the recipe for this Chaffle that I love. Teresa said, when was it made? They threw away the mold. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, he's a wonderful one. All right, let's see. How did you lose in your stomach? So, Barbara, I've been told, like, when I was younger, because I always have struggled, you guys know that. I always was told that the best way to lose weight around your midsection and your hips is to walk. walking is the best exercise to losing those inches. It's just the way it is. Now, y'all know I'm real. I'm never ever gonna lie to my friends. I 100% I am who I am. About 2008, I think around 2008, I had lost about 75 pounds. I used to weigh over 200 pounds. I lost about 75 pounds. I about killed myself doing it. And I did maintain those poundages for 3 years, and I had made a promise to myself that if I could maintain that weight loss, that I was going to get rid of this stuff around my gut. So I'm a mother of 2. I weighed a lot of weight. I weighed a lot. I lost a lot quickly because I almost killed myself doing it, and I kept it off. So I did have a tummy tuck, and I think it was around 2008. So it's been many, many years ago. Now, since then, a few years after that, I did, of course, go through just as much stress as anybody else in this world, and I gained, 20 to 30 pounds here and there. When I went keto 3 years ago, it was the best thing I've ever done. I feel amazing. I did not kill myself to lose any weight. I feel the best I ever have. I have been maintaining my weight for over 2 years. I absolutely love keto. But when I got that tummy tuck, the doctor told me that all of that skin, I had a lot of skin, all of that skin will remain gone and will not build up on me again as long as I didn't lose and gain like I had my entire life. So I was looking for something I could maintain and have a happier, more confident self. And this is the way I did it. It's through keto. Linda says, how long in the air fryer and the bacon? So my air fryer stays on 350, so it's on 350 degrees, and I cook it until it's crispy. We like crispy bacon. So it just depends. I always turn mine on 10 minutes, and then I check it, and if I need to cook it longer, I do. Barbara says, okay, lost weight, but stomach is a struggle. I understand. I promise you I do. All right, guys, any other questions? Because I'm going to go over this recipe one last time. And did I take these off? Let me check my timer. It's going off in 7 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Ooh, man, they look good. So the trick is not to mess with it. Put it on your waffle maker and leave it alone. Set your timer if you'd like, but don't open it until it's done cooking. I cook mine for 4 minutes and it ends up perfect every single time. So let me go ahead and put this last one in there. I might have to mix up some more. Ricky is going to be a happy camper because he loves Chaffles. And he asks me all the time, will you make bacon Chaffles? And I love them too, but I always want to bring you guys something new. And I'm like, people are going to get tired of seeing me make sandwiches. But Ricky's going to be very excited. And most of the time, if I tell him I'm going to make these, I change my mind. Because I'm like, ooh, I really feel like eating something different. And this is just so simple. We should cook them a whole lot more than we do. I'm putting a little bit more than 2 tablespoons in each of my little waffle makers. All right, I'm going to set my timer for 4 minutes. And let me go over what is in these Chaffles again. So to make one sandwich, so a top and a bottom, this makes a top and a bottom, you're going to use 1 tablespoon of almond flour and an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. That's your dry ingredients. Then you're going to add a tablespoon of mayonnaise, 1 egg, and a teaspoon of water. You're just going to mix all that together. It makes a liquid consistency just like you saw me pour out. Put it in your waffle maker. Let it cook 4 minutes. That's how easy it is. It's absolutely awesome. All right, guys. Do I have any other questions real quick? If not, I'm going to jump off here so I can go outside because it's beautiful today. It was supposed to start storming. I don't know where the rain is, but I'm glad it didn't. But I want to enjoy the outside because it is supposed to rain all week long here. What about cheese? So I don't put any cheese in my Chaffles. This is called the Wonder Bread or the Mayo Chaffle. We are, however, going to put some cheese on top of our sandwich because we're making bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. But this Chaffle recipe has no cheese, which is why I like it. Because it's not hard. It doesn't hurt your teeth when you're eating it. I've got sensitive gums, so I don't have any sensitive issues when I'm eating this Wonder Bread Chaffle. Ow! Just got popped by some grease. Yeah, my husband's probably going to eat all that bacon. I'll have to make me some more. All right, guys. I hope you have an awesome night. I don't see any other questions. And if you do have any questions, if you want to put them in the comments below or send me a personal message, I can help you personally. Make sure you're sharing my page and my videos so we can help more people see how easy it is to leave keto and give them good advice. That's my goal today, is just give you some good advice. Go ahead and buy that keto-friendly bread. I love Lewis Bakery keto bread, but think about what you're eating And if you can make it better, then always choose better. And when you make these, you can put them in the freezer just like you would that Lewis bread, and you can take them out individually. You can make a bunch of these all on one day and have them in your refrigerator for the whole week if you want to. Otherwise, do what's best for you. No one's judging you. 100% no judgment from my house ever. Like, who in the world am I to judge? I'm just here to help. All right, guys, have an awesome night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.